We're back. Hello, friends. How's it going? Can you believe it? Back to streaming. I haven't streamed in many months. I see M. Peebles here and Mac. Hello, friends. Hope you're doing well. Hopefully, I'm coming through all right. All right, it's working. Good. Good. Well, I have missed streaming. I've missed getting to do this. I join in on Mark's stream sometimes, say hey. Yeah, it's been a while. September 9th. Yeah, it's been a while. But I'm on a recent roll and write kick, and I was thinking, you know what? Let's stream these, and I want to start making some more free roll and writes and getting them out. Yeah, you're right, Mac. You are right. So I thought we could stream this kind of a unique roll and write today. A Winnie the Pooh in the Honey Heist roll and write. How's everyone doing? Hope you all been doing well. Streaming, here we are again. Very good. Are you rocking Carline, Mac? We're enjoying summertime here. Enjoying a break from school and having to go to Carline and getting up really early to take the girls to school. So we're glad to get a break from that. Hey, everyone's doing great, Mark. Squish equals daughter number 3. Is that her nickname, Mac? That's fun. Yeah, everyone's doing great. 10-year-old and 8-year-old now. Pretty wild. And they're enjoying summertime. They've grown up a lot, and that's it. Sweet Caroline. Ba-da-ba-ba. It's good. It's good. Everyone's good. It's all good. Yeah. Hope you and Claire are doing well, Mark. Claire hype. Everyone is excited to hear her on your streams in the background there. Well, if you are planning to join in, here's the link to the game. And there is the Dropbox link. That'll get you to the PDF. And here are the rules, which I'll explain in just a little bit. How fun. Okay. Yeah, Mac, thanks. Yeah, we're living up. We're in Eden, North Carolina, which has just been a delight. We moved up here, and it's really close to the border of Virginia, just north of Greensboro. And I'm serving at 2 churches here and loving it. And so just it's been a good time here. You know, it's a transition in lots of ways. Hello, Misty Mountains girl. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining on. Yeah, it's been a great time. And we have a lot more space here in the house we're living in. And so everyone's been enjoying that. We have a yard, and the girls like playing in the yard. And we have a crazy dog that gets into a lot of mischief around here. Yeah, so it's thanks for asking. It's all good. And in all honesty about streaming, I think it's been tough to try to balance everything. And I realized just a few weeks ago, I was like, you know, I just think I want to get back to doing that. And I've got a year under my belt here coming up, being up here. And so I was like, yeah, I think I can add that on. So streaming it is. But we're going to be doing Winnie the Pooh today. Yes, they do need a lot of space. You're familiar with that, aren't you? It's funny, the chat, I haven't streamed in a while. I had to update my stream key. I guess it had changed along the way. And the chat is weird, how it cuts people's names off on the screen, which is fine down in the chat normally, but on the screen it's cutting people's names off. So I'll have to mess around with that and figure out what's going on. But it's been fun watching Mark paint some minis. That's exciting, getting into painting. That's fun. Misty, are you and your family doing all right? I hope so. So we've got a crew here. Very good. You know, I kind of want to jump into the game. We might even be able to play 2 rounds of it. It's really not a very long game. But Winnie the Pooh just entered the public domain this year. At the beginning of January 2022, it's in the public domain, at least the first book is. And so that got me thinking, well, how about we do a roll and write themed around Winnie the Pooh? I thought that would be fun. Mac, how fun is that? That's awesome. How neat that y'all live close enough nearby that you can play. That's great. Well, you know what? If you got the printed sheets, hooray! Very good. Misty, I don't know if you're planning on joining in. It's a 1-page roll and write today we're going to be playing. Winnie the Pooh. So, here's what it looks like. I'm just delighted about this game. My daughter Rosa, who is 8 now, she's gotten into art, and she did the art for this game. Isn't that fun? So she looked at the original drawings from the artist, Mr. Shepard, who did the original sketches, and she kind of did her own take on them. So I was excited for her to do that. That's right. Yes, I was so proud of her. It turned out great. Her first project. I paid her, I promise. That's okay, Mac. No worries. Yes, I thought they looked great too. My favorite here, if you can look closely, there's, well, here's Winnie the Pooh. Then you have Piglet and Eeyore and Owl and Rabbit. And then this is Kanga and Roo and Christopher Robin. And I love Kanga. And then you can see in her little pocket there is Roo, her kid. So I think that's so cute, so fresh. So why don't we jump in, and then we could maybe get another game in. So are we okay? Are we okay for a rules explanation? Are you ready? So this is, it only takes 2 dice, and we're going to play over 12 rounds here. And the idea is that we are trying to get some honey from these beehives. And Pooh will be doing that. Winnie the Pooh will be leading the way. But also each roll he'll get to have one of his friends come and help him get some of the honey out also. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to do runs of numbers and also sets of numbers, the same number, and runs, you know, like 1, 2, 3, like in a row like that. Along the way, also, we're trying to put numbers in specific places where there are drops of honey and also these angry bees. Drops of honey, you want to put a 1, 2, or 3 there, and angry bees, you want to put a 4, 5, or 6 there. And also, you want to build your friendship with your friends and have them help you multiple times. If you can have a friend help you 3 times, then they have a lot of love for you, and you get 3 stars for that. So what will happen is we'll roll these 2 dice, and then with those 2 dice, one of the dice you will choose to have be Winnie the Pooh's die. And with that die, you literally just write that number anywhere you want. Hello, Meeple Grande. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Thanks for joining on. I like your little emotes there. Those are fun. We're just jumping into a new roll and write. I don't know if you want to join in or if you have time to. But here's the link to the Dropbox there if you're interested. So with one of the dice, you will use it, and that will be Pooh's die. So say I did a 3, then I could write a 3 anywhere in any beehive. Cool? Then with the other die, that is the friend who's coming to help. So if I did a 3 with Winnie the Pooh, then I would use this 6 down here for Christopher Robin. If I did that, well, I can mark an X here in the heart to show that he's helping. And then he uses his special ability, which his is you can either do a 0 or a 7 anywhere in any beehive. It does not have to be in the same beehive where Winnie the Pooh just was. It can be in any one. You would say, why a 0 or a 7? That helps you to be able to get a run, a full run of 7, which is how you get a bunch of points. Cool. Let's say that instead of that, I did a 6 up here with Winnie the Pooh, and I did a 3. The 6 I could put anywhere, and then the 3, it's Owl helping, and Owl would either let you put a 1 or a 2 anywhere you want. Now those are pretty straightforward. Owl and Rabbit is a 5 or a 6, Christopher Robin is 0 or 7. Piglet, let's say this was a 1. Piglet lets you either copy the die that was Pooh's, so you would get another 6 in this case, or you can get the number 3. These other two are kind of unique, Eeyore and Kangaroo. Eeyore, he looks at Pooh's die that you had already written down somewhere, a 6 is somewhere, and he lets you decrease that die by 1 or by 2. So then I could write a 5 or a 4 anywhere. Let's say that it was Kanga and Roo, and it was in this case, then I could either put I would do the 6 like normal with Winnie the Pooh, and then I increase that 6 by 1 or by 2 for the other number. So I could do a 7 or an 8, which is kind of crazy. Cool. So that's really the game, and we will do that over 12 rounds. And so every single space will be filled. Now you're wondering, I'm sure, about how do the points work out? So I've got 2 sheets here, so I'm going to use this one as an example. But let's say as we go over time, I write a 1 here, and let's say a 4 here, and then I do a 3, and I've written a 4 here, let's say 5 and 6. This is just for an example. Now you are allowed to use each number on the outside once for a run and also once for a set. The number in the middle that's already there, you can use that one multiple times in multiple runs and multiple sets, which really it wouldn't happen in multiple sets. But so I'll draw some arrows along the way here to show this for this. So for a run, let's first look at a run. Here's 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. So that would be a run of 4, and I would come down here and just mark that I had a run of 4. I also have a run right here, a 4 to 5 and a 5 to 6. So that's a run of 3. Runs have to at least be 3 numbers for it to count as a run. So I would get to come down here and mark another dot. Now I check for sets. Now in this grouping, I have one set, which is these 2 4s that are next to each other. So I would come down here and I have a set of 4, so I would mark a 1 in a set that has 2 numbers in it. So that's how scoring works. Does that make sense? Here would be maybe another example, just for kind of, you score at the very end of the game, but just as an example to try to get a feel for what's going on. Let's say we played a little bit here, and let's say here. Let's say we did this. So scoring, I could do a run here, 2 to 4 to 2 to 3 to 4, right? So that's a run of 3. Also, here's a 2, 3, and 4, and I can use that middle number multiple times. So that's another run. Then here's a set here of 3 numbers. Here's a set here of 2 numbers. So a lot of different ways you can score. Now another way to try to score, and this is where you can get a lot of points, is to try to get it where you have just a run of 7. Do you see how this is going to work? So go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now that's all I score there, but if you look down here for points, it's 17 points for each time you do that. It's hard to do, but that's where you can get a lot of points. Mac, correct. You can't just jump around, so where would a case be? In this case, you see how there's 2 3s here? They are not touching, and so that would not be a set. See those two? They have to actually be connected in the run or in the set and continuously. So in this case where there's this 1, 2, 3, 4, this 4, it doesn't touch this 5, so I couldn't continue that run in that same run. I had another 4 here, so I was able to start a second run. Does that make sense? The drips of honey and the angry bees, it's pretty easy to get those, but it's just every time you get one, right, you're going to be getting some extra points for that. It's just a very small restriction in how you're placing your things. And also, just friendly reminder for your friends, say I use Piglet, I would mark an X here. It's not any points for that right now. Say I use Piglet again, right? Now I've just earned 1 point for that. And say I use Piglet a third time, then I would get 3 points for that. If I'm allowed to use Piglet more than that, it's just you're maxed out on hearts. So you can keep using Piglet if the dice kind of leads you to that, but you won't be getting the full amount of points that you possibly could. Hello, Time Roller. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for saying hey. So that's Winnie the Pooh in the Honey Heist. Shall we try it? Who wants to, are we feeling okay? Play around a bit? Here we are, streaming again. Can you believe it? All right. Thank you. Thank you, M. Peebles. All right. Well, let's do it. Let's do it. Time Roller, if you want to jump in here, more than welcome to. We'll use the same dice rolls as we play. Here's the game sheet there, shared in the chat. But let's do it. Let's do it. Here's the first roll. It's a 5 and a 5, a very thrilling roll. Mac is asking, if you only have a restricted space and don't have a die with an allowable number, what happens? So those restricted spaces, the drip of honey and the angry bee, any number can go in there. It's just if you put the number that gives you the bonus, then you get the extra points. And so you will fill the whole board, and there won't be any negative points or anything like that. Even if a number doesn't fit within a run or a set, that's fine. It's just you won't get as many points at the end. There's no negative for it. So first roll is a 5 and a 5. So let's see. First is we get to put a 5 anywhere, and then we will be using Kanga and Roo for that roll. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and put a 5 here, and that's on the Angry Bee. So it does meet that. It's 4, 5, or 6 on it. So I get an X over here, and now we get to come use Kanga or Roo, Kanga and Roo, Kangaroo. Here we go. And this lets you increase this die by 1 or 2. So I can do a 6 or a 7 anywhere. I think I'll put a 6 right here. You see I'm starting this little run. Yeah. Lots of other choices you could have gone with. I could have done a 5 over here and a 6 over here to start a set, and then also a run. Yeah. Very good. Are we good? Here we go. Oh my gosh, doubles galore today. Roll 2 is a 6 and a 6. So we have some choices here. on where they go, not on what we do. But we're Christopher Robin. I think we're going to use a 7 for him. We'll put it here. Now we have 6. We'll put it over here. Start another run. That will give us another angry bee that we're taking care of. When they're doubles, it's not as exciting in regards to options that you get to do. But that's the way the dice roll sometimes. Are you doing the same thing? 2 and a 4 for roll 3. Roll 3 is a 2 and a 4. So let's see. So we could either do Eeyore or we could do Rabbit. If we did Eeyore, then that would give us potentially a 3 or a 2 to use. I'm all in on this run here. So I think I will do a 2 and a 4. And this 2 I'm going to put here in hopes that I can do a 1 and a 3 here and here. And then this 4, I'll use Rabbit. He gives us a 5 or a 6. So do we go for a set here, or do we come up here and try something? You know, I'm going to go up here and go ahead and snag that B. Yeah, you went up to the top right one also. 1 above the 3 and 2 to the left of it for the bonus. Very good, very good. Yeah, so we've got some friends that are working here. Since it's 12 rolls, the best is if the dice go that way, and if you're able to do it just right, is to have 4 friends get maxed out. That's what you potentially could do with 12 rolls. Very good. Here we go. Roll 4. It's a 1 and a 4. A 1 and a 4. Well, I love this 1. Yeah, I think that'll be okay. And that'll keep us on this train with Rabbit. So we'll put a 1 here. That gives us another spot. And now we'll use our buddy Rabbit again. And let's do 6 this time. And I think we're still going for a run over here. Yes, Mac, I know, right? Quest for 100. I actually think it's impossible to get 100 points on this game. I think the max is like, what is it, 95, I think? Somewhere around there. So with other games, with other roll and writes, folks have asked for point thresholds. And sometimes for some games, it's just too much to think about all the different variations. This one is not too complicated, so I was able to come up with some point thresholds. So we can look at those here at the end. Here we go. We have a 1 and a 4. It's going all right. I'd like if I could keep the 4s going, if I could get some 4, 5s, and 6s. Let's see. Let's roll again here. We are on roll number 5, and we rolled a 4 and a 5. You've diverged. Very good. I hope that there's some choices. It's not too complicated of a game. Well, there's our 4 and a 5. Well, let's do, I kind of feel like this. Let's use this 4 here with Winnie the Pooh. That kind of completes our run on the top end there. And now we're going to use Kanga and Roo, and we increase this die by 1 or 2. So we have a 5 or a 6 to get rolling. So let's see. I think I'm going to just go for a set, but I don't know which kind of set I should go for. Let's do a 6. And then that gets a set there. Yeah. So I was thinking I've got a couple roll and writes I've been working on, and I'm gonna just try to keep them going to get them out there. So, um, you know, sometimes you get stuck on something, but I just want to. I think I just want to try to keep that train rolling. Is the idea. So here we go. Roll 6. This is halfway through the game. It's a 1 and a 1. I love this because we are going to get to hang out with our friend Piglet. And I like it because that gives us a 3 right here with Piglet, which is awesome. Don't get to put a 1 anywhere. What do we do? Are we going for another run up here? I think we can do it. Let's put a 1 here. We got another drip of honey. Snake eyes. Yeah, this game's not too complicated, hopefully. Hopefully it's not. I do like the idea of your friends helping you out. So we haven't had a lot of low rolls like that. It's been a lot of higher rolls. Very good. Shall we keep on going? Here we go. Roll 7. It's a 2 and a 2. We have had 4 doubles along the way in this game. That's a lot. So 2 and 2. We're definitely going to be hanging out with Eeyore. Eeyore. And wow, this is great. Let's put a 2 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we need to get a 7 over here, or a 0, which actually, this is wild. We're going to get to do it. With Eeyore, we can decrease this die by 1 or 2, and we'll put it to 0. This is wild. So we actually have hit both of these are runs of 7. That's very good. I wonder if it's too easy to get a run of 7. We'll see. That's all right. So we still need to get 3 more spots here. We need to do a lower number here on that drip and on that drip. Then we need a high number for that B. We'll see if we can friend up. Keep on friending. Yep, you can do a 0, Peebles, that's right. You cannot go negative, so in the rare case where it was like a 1 here and a 2 here, you can't make this go to -1. So, but you can go all the way up to 8 in the case where it's a 6 here and a 5 here with Kanga or Roo. Kanga and Roo. Do you know what's kind of funny? Tigger. You may be a really big Pooh fan, and you're like, why is Tigger not included? Because he's not available yet in the, he's still under copyright. He's not in the public domain yet because he didn't show up until the next book, which came out after, you know. So isn't that funny? So, you know, when that's public domain, we can just do a full-on Tigger the Tiger, living it up. Roll 8 is a 3 and a 4. Roll 8 is a 3 and a 4. What are we going to do? I mean, there's a chance we might not roll a 4 the rest of the way. And maybe we should go ahead and befriend our rabbit all the way. So I'll put a 3 here and 4 here. So let's go ahead and hit our drip here with Winnie the Pooh versus Cthulhu. That'd be great. I love it. And then here, we actually have a unique thing that we could do. I'm going to put a 5 here in hopes, here, I got to make sure we get our friendship going, in hopes that I could put a 4 here and a 4 here, and then a 3 here, and then we would get 2 sets there. Then we also would get 2 runs, and one of those runs would be 4 numbers, one would be 3 numbers. So the roll has to go our way for that, but The hope is to put a 4 here and a 4 here, and then do a 3 here. That would still complete this. Yeah, so Kangaroo, that originally was Tigger. You know, he kind of like jumps and gives people energy, so that was the idea to increase that, but he's not available yet. Here we go. Roll 9. I'd love to see some 4s. 3 and a 5. 3 and a 5, which is totally okay because that'll give us that 4. Yeah, let's do it. So we'll put a 3 here with Pooh. And then Kangaroo here. We'll use that, and we'll increase this die by 1. And we'll put a 4 right here. So we're almost there. You know, I was thinking about these kind of group games. I got to, there's an elementary school I've gotten to go to a couple times this year to go help out with the kindergarten class. Kindergartners, they're a blast. Also wild and sweet teachers, sweet kiddos. But towards the end of the year, when I would go in, they would let me do bingo with the whole class, with kindergartners. And it was bingo that was word bingo. So sight words, words that they're trying to learn. And it was really fascinating to lead bingo with these kindergartners, because it's you know, it's kind of like a roll and write in a way that, you know, everyone's working with the same information. You're trying to get bingo. I mean, bingo is like the mechanic that it's called when you're doing a lot of these things. And it was fascinating to see how many of the kids could hang with it and how many had trouble with it. And it just got me thinking about games that are roll and writes that might be easier to play in the classroom, might be a good time that everyone can enjoy the game, and that wouldn't be too hard to learn. Anyways, that's kind of some of my headspace after experiencing that. So roll 9 is a 3 and a 5. I missed writing a roll, didn't I? What was the last roll? Was it a 3 and a 5 also? It was, wasn't it? Yeah, I think this is roll 10 actually. 3, 5, 1, 2. Yep. So roll 10 is another 3 and a 5. But you know, for bingo, bingo's a lot of fun for a lot of folks. A lot of people love to play bingo. There's something to it that it's the barrier to entry is not too high. And like when I play bingo, I don't necessarily have the best time, but there's something to having everyone in the room being able to be included. All right, off my soapbox. So we're maxed out on 5. But if we do that again, that'll give us a 4. I think we're going to do this. Wim, the webmaster. Hello, friend. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Thanks for saying, hey, we're playing this. You're all right. I think we might run it back. The game doesn't take too long. It's a pretty straightforward game. So let's do this. We're going to do Winnie the Pooh. We'll do a 3. And then we're going to use Kangaroo again. Now look, I've already maxed him out, but I can still do that ability. Okay. I'm going to increase this die by 1. And I got to do that thing I was hoping for, where it's 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6. So I'll get sets along the way, trying to max out my points. So we have 2 more rolls. Yeah, Wim, it's a pretty quick play. It's just 12 rounds, and the decisions in each round, it's pretty straightforward, so it's not too crazy. Look at this Winnie the Pooh. Look at him looking up. I wanted to have, like before with the gnomes and the imps that would fly across the screen, I wanted to do that with all of our little friends, that they would fly across the screen if you buddied up with them 3 times. But I didn't have enough time to do that today. But I started on 1, and I thought it would have been funny. Here we go. We are on roll 11. Roll 11. We have a 5 and a 6. 5, 6. Hey, I'm doing great, Wim. Hope you are. I hope you can break this game for us. You can do some good work on it. So we have a decision. I'm going to put a 5 here. And we maxed out our track there. We did great there. We're going to use Christopher Robin. So we can either do a 0 or a 7. Which isn't great. So we could potentially get a 1. And that 0 would help with our run. Or if we get a 6, then we could do a run where it's 5, 6, and then the 7. I feel like I want to do a 0 because I think the potential there is higher that we can do something good. So it would be potentially 0, 1, 2, 3. Or if we get a 4, it could be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's put a 0 here. So for this next roll, we want to potentially have a 1 and a 4. What would get us that? What would do that? You did the 7. Very good. Here we go. Roll 12. Here we go. 4 and a 6. Let's see what we can do here. 4 and a 6. Well, there's a 6. Awkward. You know, this isn't the worst. We could do this, and that would friend up. I think we're going to do that. So I'll put a 4 here for Winnie the Pooh. And then we will friend up with Christopher Robin, and we're going to do a 0 here. So that just gives us a little set. Little mini set. All right. We did it. Let's score. So I'll do it just beehive by beehive. So here's a set. A set is 2 or more numbers that are the same. Here's a set. And then we're going to look at a run here. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5. So a run of 4. A run is 3 or more numbers. And that's it for there, because we can do a 2 and a 3, but there's nothing else. It needs to be at least 3 numbers. All right, let's look at this next one. This one's easy. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 number run. Awesome. This one also is easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Another 7 number run. I'm curious about how many points this one is going to score. So it's 3, 4, 5, 6 run. So a run of 4. And then it's 4, 5, 6, run of 3. That's 8 points so far. And then a set of 2. A set of 2. Another set of 2. That's awesome. I think that's it there. So that scored how many? 14 points, is that right? That was pretty good. That was pretty good. So let's see here. We have 3 points here, 10 points. What is this, 34? Then here we have 10. What is that, 37? 47 on runs. This we maxed out, so that's 12. Let's check our friends. 0, 0, 0, 3, 3, 3. So we had 9 there. How'd you do? Are we okay? All right, let's do some math. Are you ready? Carry the 1. Add a 9 with maybe another, and then yep. All right. We had 78. How'd y'all do? How did it go for you? 78. It was pretty good. Let me copy and paste the in the rules the Wim had 0. You participated. You were here. You were present and accounted for. Yeah, I think to max, you would have to have 4 friends and 4 runs of 7 and hit all the bees and honey. And people 72. Good job. Here are the scoring thresholds. Let me copy and paste them in the chat. Scoring thresholds are interesting, right? Like, I like them. There's that game Just One that has it, you know, and it's cooperative, and so here, copy and paste. Yeah, here's what I was thinking for the scoring thresholds. How it changed the spacing. But if you can kind of see that. 0 to 59, sweet. 60 to 69, impressive. 70 to 79, that was us and peoples. Amazing. 80 to 89, awesome. If you got 90 or more, you are the queen bee. There you go. So that's Winnie the Pooh in the Honey Heist Roll and Write. Yay. Hooray. I might print one more sheet here, and I think we can play another round. Here we go. Yeah, it plays pretty quick. It's laid back. I am intrigued by the hexagonal pieces. That's the sound of a roll and write printing. The Pooh and the friend bit is missing on your sheet. Oh, like that they didn't print. I wonder, oh yeah, well let's wait a few, we can wait a few minutes here before we start another round for staff to join in. Thank you. Do you know what, Wim? Sometimes, I guess I don't know all the different settings of printers, but like on Paleontologist, the grid that I used on that, it wasn't just all, it's not all just black, the same color, the same shading of black. It's not in the PDF. Peoples, was it on your PDF when you pulled it up? I have the PNG. I can, if you just give me a sec, I can put that in the Nightbot, and then you can download that one, okay? How about that? And that might be better for you. Not on your Mac. Yeah. Oh. Oh, interesting. I wonder if I messed up when I did the PDF. Thank you all. That's so funny. Here we go. How odd. Yeah, give me one sec here, and I will upload that. That's funny. On the PDF, I mean, I just don't know why it didn't go through. But let me upload the PNG. I wonder if that's what it is, Wim. You know what? You're probably right. I loaded up, I started doing some PDFs because some folks, when they want to access the game in another language, PDF is friendly for them to be able to translate it. And so, okay, let's do this. Share. All right, I'll just do the same thing. I'll just change the link on Nightbot. Here we are. We're streaming again. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. All right. I just updated. Yeah, Wim, that actually may be part of the issue is sometimes when you do that. All right, let's see if this one, this is the PNG link in this Dropbox. It's the same command. Yeah. That's so funny. So it was just blank spaces there for the different friends. Has it been hot where you are? It has been very hot. Hey, it's good to be back, man. Oh my goodness, you're so kind. Yeah, I'll be honest, I've missed it. It's one of those things you get out of it, and I think to like get back into it, there's kind of you can always, make an excuse to not do it, and then after so much time, it's like, oh, I don't know. I even at one point was like, maybe I'm just done streaming. Maybe that's a thing I'm not gonna do anymore. And you just kind of think about that. But guess who's back? Back again. Here we are. But can I geek out for a moment about a couple of roller rights? Because if I talk about them, I think I'm more likely to do them. And I just love the creative outlet it is. And now for the stream where Joe surfs the internet. No. I have a doc here. So here's the one that I'm most excited about that I'm working on that I wanna finish in the next few weeks here. I don't know if you've ever played like Shut the Box or there's a newer version of it, but the gist is that you have numbers out and you just roll 2 dice and then you're trying to eliminate all the numbers. It's a very simple game. It's a fun little game, it's a great way for kids, like as they're learning about dice rolls and odds and math and those kind of things. Oh, you know what? Let's do this while we wait. Gather around. Shut the box. Shut the box. Good. Where, so I just saw that and it just hit my mind of that idea, but like 1 to 12, you roll 2 dice and you can choose, either die. That would be like if it's a 1 and a 2, you could X off a 1 and a 2, or you could add them together and X off a 3. But that it would be, at first I was thinking like a dungeon crawl, but dungeon crawls are pretty popular. And so it just got me thinking about like a spy heist kind of thing, but that it would be, you would be working your way up. Very simple, crossing off these boxes, but working your way up, and then unlocking different special things that you can use in other columns. But if you've seen Die Hard, I basically want it to be like Die Hard, and maybe some silly extra title for it. Right now, what I'm thinking is calling it Perish Strong, and it's just a basically Die Hard roll and write with shut the box mechanics on it. So that's that one I'm excited about to try. And then also working on one that's like a bingo game. That's like bingo meets polyominoes. I was thinking specifically about that, of a game that you could play with folks that love to play bingo, but gives just a little more player agency. And that one will be themed with, I think, beaver, bingo, and they'll be placing like logs. Yeah. And then one that's a polyomino game that is the Wright brothers, where it's called the Wright Flyer. I had been working on one that's a rolling crypto bro. I don't know how you feel about cryptocurrency or about all the different crypto things, but I do not like them. And as a commentary on that, that would be the reason of making a roll-in crypto bro game about how it's destroying the world. So, uh, yeah. So that was another one, and then another. So these are all kind of, you kind of get a burst of idea, and it's like, oh yeah, that'd be good. And I had a burst of idea yesterday. This ones that have a lot of energy to try to finish right now is that Perish Strong, and then this other one, which is a fantasy food truck festival, where you are running a food truck, but in like a fantasy world. So you would name your food truck, you would draw a little logo on the side of it, and then you would be getting customers that are classic fantasy themed characters like halflings and orcs and elves and dwarves, and trying to feed them. So if you ever played any of those games, like the cooking, feeding customer games that are popular for apps, kind of like that, but in a one-page roll and write is the idea. So that one I think would be a lot of fun. Fantasy Food Truck Festival. There we go. I've talked about them. Now I better do them. So we've got some roll and writes in the works. Got a few others that are much, much looser, so I don't necessarily want to mention anything else about them because they're... So, there we go. How about that? Should we run another? Did that PNG work for you all? Yeah. That's the sort of game you buy on a whim because you like the idea. There we go. Good. Hooray, Mac. You got Squish. How old is Squish? A youngin'. Mac, you too. Drive safe, buddy. Sweet Carline. So, Winnie the Pooh. Pardon me. I'm excited. I'm going to get to go to Gen Con this year. Very excited about Gen Con. Still a little foundling. Very good. A little one. Did you watch the, have you seen Obi-Wan Kenobi? Hello there. We watched the season finale last night. It was great. Loved it. Are they really? Oh my gosh, that's great. I'll need to try to see them. It's so funny. You interact with people on the internet and you haven't met them in real life. Yeah, it's good. It's good. They landed it. I thought they landed it really well. I had that experience. I've had several different classes that have all been virtual classes, and several times in meetings that we've only met on Zoom. And then I've seen several of these people in person over the past couple of weeks, and I'm always amazed at their height, how tall or how short they are, just their height. And it's always kind of like, oh, they're a lot, fill in the blank. They're a lot taller than I thought they were. They're a lot shorter than I thought they were. So that's so funny. You've had the honor of meeting them twice now. They're so sweet, aren't they? They make the world a better place. That's what it's all about. Well, 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 well. Let's do it. I think we should jump back in here. I know everybody is the same height on the internet. Oh, that's right. They came and stayed with you, Mark, didn't they? You all did a stream together, I think. Hello, friends that are joining on. I see several folks that are on. Appreciate you joining in on chat. Very good. Very good. Yeah, so I'm excited to go to Gen Con. Mask up, a lot of people there, but it'll be it'll be good to be back. That's the time that I hang out with my brother. It's his birthday around that same time too. So we have called it Ben Con over the past years during the pandemic, since we haven't gone to Gen Con. We still have met up and played games. I'm excited to just get to go and play a lot of games. Oh, JoJo. Well, hello to her. That's okay. I'm looking to stream on Thursdays. I think this is a good time in my week and in my schedule. At the very least, now during the summer. I can't do multiple streams in a week. That's a little too much for me. But I think once a week is kind of the sweet spot for me. I think I can do that. And this kind of time around 2 o'clock can hit our friends across the pond, and we can also. It's not too late for folks here locally if they want to join on. So there's no perfect time, just the way it goes. Good. Well, we are going to jump in here and do another round of Winnie the Pooh in the Honey Heist. Roll 'em right. Maybe I should just do a bunch of Winnie the Pooh games. What do you think? So let's go back to the table here. Got a new fresh sheet. Winnie the Pooh versus Cthulhu. Winnie the Pooh and his friend Cthulhu. There's something to that. That would be good, Mark. I'd had this is many years ago now, when Kickstarter was really like, it felt like it was at its like pinnacle. Like it was just like everything Kickstarter. I was thinking about making a like little game that was a Kickstarter, and it was all the games on Kickstarter that make a lot of money. So it'd be like minis, and it would be Cthulhu, zombies, super Sherlock Pooh. I think we're on to something. It's like the multiverse. It's like Disney on a Disney movie where they have all the things. Ready Player One, where it's all the different IPs. We could just, use all the different IPs that are now free, that are public domain. Sherlock Pooh and the Case of Cthulhu. I think Great Gatsby just became public domain. This is great. Hey, Steph, how are you, friend? Hope you're doing well. Back to streaming. Here we are. Steph, says Peebles. Thanks for joining on. We are waiting a few minutes if you want to play a game after work. Peebles had mentioned that you might be jumping on. And so if you want to play, we'll wait for you to print a sheet off or join in on a computer. Very tired. I'm sure. No worries. It's okay. No worries at all. Thanks for saying hey. So I'm going to, I guess I'll submit a page for Board Game Geek, and I can put this up on the WordPress website I have. We all love Steph. They are amazing. Hooray. Steph, you got people cheering you on here in the chat. Way to be. Oh, no, Steph. You're totally good. Oh, no stress at all. We were just chatting, and so we're just jumping into this game. But if you were going to join on, we wanted to make sure that you would be included if you wanted to play. So all good. So great. Wim, are you joining in? You're going to listen while you work. You can whistle while you work, and you can listen while you work. Wim, are you joining in this time? Shall I explain the rules again? Hey, I want to jump into this game, but can we talk about games you've been playing really quick? Games that you have liked, game recommendations. I didn't bring a game for Game of the Week. Harper is not here to share. She might be able to do it next week. But any new games you've been playing that you love? Hey, Will Cook. Will Cook. All right. They are cooking as they join in on the stream. Thanks for joining on, friend. Hope you're doing well. Lurk away. I have been there too, cooking while you got a Twitch stream on. Hope you're making something yummy. Wait just another second here. Wim, thoughts on, you want to explain the game? Do you need an explanation for the game? Ark Nova. Very good. Excellent. Ark Nova. Yeah, I'll be honest, it looks intimidating. Is it intimidating how big of a game it is? Is it hard to learn? What are you cooking, Will Cook? What do you think? She's making something good, I bet. Okay, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. Yeah, I want to try it. Fun little game. Yeah, it seems like a fun big game, doesn't it? Well, we've been playing around here. We played through, we played with the kids, Zombie Kids, which is a legacy style zombie game. And it was great. It was really fun. We finished that just last week. We're going to jump into Zombie Teens. We've been on this legacy kick. We finished up several months ago now, but Pandemic Legacy Season 0, which was fun. I think my favorite of all three of those was Pandemic Legacy Season 1. I think that one just really was the best. Oh, good. Oh, you're going to try it solo tomorrow. Very good, peoples. I'm sure all these folks already know, but let's see if I can remember. Shout out. Do I do an @? Let's see if it works. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Wim, are you joining in right now for this next round of Winnie the Pooh? Did you want to play? And if so, shall I go over the rules for you? So we played through that. What else do we play? Very good, Steph. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we've had a couple family gatherings, so we've played some. Excellent. What are some of our favorites? We played Llama a lot as a family. That's always a hit. Gosh, we played The Mind the other day with Rosa, and we made it all the way to stage 8 on a 3-player game. That was so much fun. What a clever little game. We got our shipment from CMON for Marvel, X-Men, Marvel United. And my goodness, those minis. That's been fun. We played that. That's been a favorite in our house. We play that a lot on family game night. So we played a lot of those. Oh, I was talking about legacy games. We started King's Dilemma 2 years ago, pre-pandemic. We had started it, and then pandemic happened. We went into lockdown, and then we tried to play over Zoom a couple times, where we had the table. We had the game at our place, and then we set up cameras, and our friends were on Zoom, and where we would manipulate the pieces. It just isn't very fun to do it that way. Plus, then we were reading all the cards, and King's Dilemma. It's a really fascinating legacy game. But we were like, are we going to finish this? What are we going to do? So we had a game day a couple Saturdays ago with that crew, and we played 7 games in one day. We started at 10 a.m. We finished at like 7 p.m. and we finished the game. I couldn't believe that we actually finished it. Um, that was a wild ride. So I'm glad that we did finish it, because I don't know if we would have been able to have another game day. We made it. Well, good. Yeah, it was fun. I'm intrigued to see what Queen's Dilemma will do. I'm just sitting here talking at the table. I think King's Dilemma did some really interesting things. I like the envelopes, and the production quality of it was just through the roof. But there were a couple things that didn't really land with the crew that we played with. That they had like a jousting thing. They had a what do you call it? It was a maze. It was like an escape room in the game. That's like didn't have anything else to do with the rest of the game. So things. I mean, it's kind of like a side quest, like a mini game within the game, and they were interesting. But we really just, I think, wanted to play the game, not to play this other side game. So I'm sure they've gotten lots of feedback, and what's great is they're coming out with another one, Queen's Dilemma. We'll see how good that is. I'm sure it'll be great. All right, well, let's do a quick explanation of Winnie the Pooh in the Honey Heist Roll and Write. We're going to play over 12 rounds. We're going to use 2 dice, and we're going to roll those 2 dice. With one of the dice, you will assign it to Winnie the Pooh, and Winnie the Pooh is using that number. With the other die, you will use it as one of Winnie the Pooh's friends, and they'll be helping you to try to get the honey out of these beehives. When you put the number with Winnie the Pooh, you use that exact number. It doesn't change at all. So if it's a 2, you get to write a 2 anywhere in any beehive. Then, with the other number, you assign it to the friend. You get to mark their little track. There are 3 spots to mark. Yes. Peebles. Yeah, that would be a game of mini games, like WarioWare, the board game. That'd be something. Steph, are you surprised? I am on a 2 dice kick. That's my starting point for every game now. What can you do with 2 dice? I'll be honest, my brain can't take much more than 2 dice. So with the 1 die you'd use with Pooh, with the other die, you assign it to one of the friends, whatever number it is, and then you get their special ability. So if it was a 3, Owl lets you put a 1 or a 2 anywhere. Mac, you're back home. We're just jumping back in. Here's the updated link that will actually print the characters correctly. So when it has that hexagon, it just means that you put that number anywhere. Maybe we could. Analysis paralysis. Who cares about that? Here's a 4 here. Let's say it was a 4 with the rabbit. Then you would get to put a 5 or a 6 anywhere in any beehive. It doesn't have to be in the same one where Winnie the Pooh put his. You can put it anywhere. You can see that Owl and Rabbit are pretty straightforward. Christopher Robin, he lets you put a 0 or a 7. Wow, that's different. Piglet lets you copy Winnie the Pooh's number or put a 3 anywhere. So Winnie the Pooh, Piglet, Eeyore, and Kanga and Roo all look at Winnie the Pooh's die and give you another number based off of Winnie the Pooh's number. So if we had a 1 and a 2 here, let's say, right, we did the 2 with Winnie the Pooh, and then this 1, we could copy the 2, so get another 2, or we could do a 3 with Piglet. Let's say it was a 2 and a 2 here. Then with Eeyore, we would get the 2 originally with Winnie the Pooh, but then with Eeyore, we could do -1 or -2 to that, so we can get a 1 or a 0. You want to try to get each friend, you want to try to use them 3 times because then you get the maximum amount of bonus points. Kanga and Roo is the same idea, but it's increasing Pooh's die by 1 or 2. Cool, so that's how the 2 dice work. Around the board, there are a couple spots you can place anywhere, and there are 24 empty spaces that we're going to be filling in. There are drips of honey in some and angry bees in some. For the drips of honey, if you put a 1, 2, or 3 in that space, then you get a bonus. And that's just bonus points. It's pretty easy to do this, but it just adds a little bit of extra restriction of trying to think about that. And if you put a 4, 5, or 6 in the angry bee, then you get a bonus over here on that bonus track. All of this, what we're trying to do is we're trying to make runs and sets as we play. A run has 3 continuous numbers, 3 or more continuous numbers. So it'd be like 2, 3, 4, or 0, 1, 2, 3, right? If there's a break in it, if it's like 1, 2, 4, 5, that's not a run. It has to be continuous. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. A 26 dice round. It'll be epic. So that's how runs work. You also can score sets. Sets are 2 or more of the same number. So if you put another 2 here, right, then you would have 2 2s. You can have, the larger the set, the more points that you get. At the end, when we score, you can only score each number that you write in once per run and once per set. But you can use the middle number multiple times in multiple runs or multiple sets, which really, if that's not true, because the set would just be all complete. So like you could have a 1, what was the example I had earlier? Here's from last game. So let's look at this. So here, maybe none of these are a great example, but let's just look at this spot here. I had a run here, it was 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I had a run here, which was 4, 5, 6. And then I had a set of 2 4s, a set of 2 5s, and a set of 2 6s. One of the best things you can do is to get a full run of 7. And so you can see here 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's another one. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cool. This one was kind of interesting where I had a set here and a set here, a set of 2 3s and a set of 2 0s, and then I had a run, a 2, 3, 4, 5 run. So yeah, that's the game. You're trying to get sets and runs and trying to get the most that you can. At the end, you'll total all those up for each one of those categories, and that'll be the end. Does it make sense for the most part? Any questions? Yeah, MP. You can make a rolling right, buddy. What do you think? I say do it. Well, let's get going. If there are no questions, the first roll is a 1 and a 6. 1 and a 6. So choices are, we could have Winnie the Pooh do a 1, and then we could do a copy it to get a 6, or do a 3, or we could have Winnie the Pooh do a 1, and then have Christopher Robin do a 0 and a 7. Yeah, that's right. I now always do it numerically ascending. I always have to put the lower number first. Sick burn. All right. So hey, I think I am going to stream Thursdays at 2 o'clock is the idea. I don't think there's many conflicts on Thursdays at 2 o'clock, so I'm going to try to do it. I don't know what I want to do. I think I want to use Piglet. Let's try it. A 6 and a 6. Or we could just do a 3. What do you think? I disappeared there for a moment, thinking. Let's do a 3 up here. Boop. That's with this die. We're using Piglet as a 3. Don't forget to mark your friend. And we'll do a 6 over here and take care of that angry bee. It's a good start. It's a good start. Here we go. Roll 2 is a 3 and a 6. 3 and a 6. Do we want to hang out with Al or do we want to hang out with Christopher Robin? Shall we hang out with our friend Christopher Robin? I don't know. Let's go here. We're gonna hang out with Al. Put a 1 here. I'm going for high score now. And Christopher Robin, we'll put a 6 here. I'm gonna try to do just runs. Lots of runs. Yes, you're becoming a villain here, the dice villain. We did that. We played so much years ago. DC deck building game. You ever played that game, the DC deck building game? We played so much of that. We had all these silly inside jokes for all the different cards. We played it so much. 2 and a 4 for roll 3, and gosh, I should pull it up. And we joked about what if we were supervillains? What if we, like, in our quirks and things, what if we became supervillains? What would our supervillain thing be? I've been trying to get them in order. Just worried another thing I need to remember will slip away, though. Maybe I would need a tick box to track. I haven't done that in correct order. That's right. You know, and peoples, I was going through my dice and I grabbed 2 dice and they were the same dice that you had, I think, because one of the dice, it had 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It was not a 6-sided, it was a 3-sided die. It was a D6 that only had 1 to 3. I think it was the same kind that you had there. Got me laughing. 2 and a 4, 2 and a 4, 2 and a 4. What are we doing? Let's do a 4 and a 2. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll put a 4 up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now Eeyore's going to make this die be a 3 or a 4. So let's do it a 3. Ooh, no, no, no. That's not going to work. 1, so that would need to be 0. Oh, no. 7. Well, I think I messed that one up in order to hit all of them. What am I trying to do? A 3 or a 2? I guess I could do a 2 up here. But we were joking about what would be your superhero, your supervillain thing. So people always joke, our friends always joke that I look at the rule book too much. Like that I'm always looking at the rule book. When we're playing a game, there's a question. It's always check the rule book. I've always got the rule book looking at it. I've passed it on to my daughter who now always checks the rule book too. So that was my supervillain. I was the rule book. And we made fun little cards for supervillains for us to play in the game as ourselves in the DC deck building game. So kind of like DC supervillains. What was Lauren? Lauren was Taekwondo. She's a black belt in Taekwondo. And so she was Taekwondo. Brother-in-law Michael, he was the gamer. Our other friend Ashley, he's obsessed with pens. I'm going to say it wrong, like fancy pens, fountain pens, like that you literally like choose special ink and put it in it, and they have the special tip. He goes to like pen shows. It's amazing. It's his fun hobby. He was the inkwell. And our friend Kenny, he's learns a lot of different languages. He's like really good at language. So he was the Babel, and he was. Uh, anyways, it was fun. Here we go. Roll 4, 2 and a 3. So that's my question: is what would your fun little hobby? That's always how it is. If you became like obsessed with it and it became a supervillain thing, what would it be? 2 and a 3, 2 and a 3. Well, I say we hang out with Eeyore. Eeyore. And we're going to put a 3 here. We're going to put a 1 here. I'm glad the stream is working. I was worried, like, would it even still work, you know? Would I do it right? And here we are. It is working. Hopefully I'm still coming through. All right, here we go. Roll 5. Roll 5 is a 5 and a 6. 5 and a 6. So let's see. All right, I think we are going to do this. We'll put a 5 here with Winnie the Pooh. We're going to hang out with Christopher Robin. And should we do a 7 or a 0? Let's do a 0 up here. And then we need to hit a 5 and a 6 here. We're going to have to hit a lot of high numbers. Yeah, that was roll 5. Are we okay for roll 6? 3 and a 6. 3 and a 6. This is the halfway point for us. Well, I think we need to have a lot of Christopher Robins along the way. So we're going to put a 7 here. We have a 3, which I believe we need to do the 3. It would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need to put a 3 here. I am really setting myself up for failure doing this. Max says, so the drop of honey wouldn't trigger with a 0, and the bee would not trigger with a 7 or 8. That is correct. That is correct. I'm interested in thoughts on the bee drip honey thing because it's very easy to get them. It just adds a little bit of restriction. Good job, Wim. That's the big money maker. If you can get the runs of 7. Yeah. You know, I thought about having 3 tiers of honey, where it'd be a 1 and a 2, a 3 and a 4, and a 5 and a 6. So it's much more narrow to try to get them. I don't know. Sometimes sometimes you just want to hang out and play a game, not think too much. I think this is kind of trying to land in that space more. So 1 and a 6. 1 and a 6 is roll 7. I do like that we can hang out with Christopher Robin again. Goodness. It'll give us a 7. Or we could just go ahead and get a 6 and copy a 6. Do we need another 6? I think we're going to do this. See, I messed up the placement of the 5 here. I guess it's fine. It's just, I can't. Here, let me go ahead and mark it, and it'll make more sense. So I'll put a 1 here. Now with the 6, I can do a 0 or a 7, which I kind of want to just go ahead and put a 7 here. and that's my run, right? I just need a 2. I think I do that. I don't get that bonus. I know I'll be out 3 points, but cool. Roll 8. 3 and a 5. 3 and a 5 for that roll. There's a 5. I do not need any more 3s. I do need a 5. So I'm happy to put this 5 here and get that B. Now with this 3, we get a 1 or a 2. Let's go ahead and put a 1 here. We'll get another drip of honey. So we need some very specific numbers now. And that is what is, it's a kind of a higher risk, higher reward if you do that. But I specifically now need a 2, a 6, a 2, and a 4. Then here I'm open to 0, and then 4, 5, 6, 7. Could have made the run of 7 in the 4 hive. Did I miss it? So I'm going to still get that run. It's just, oh, did I miss? I could have done a 2 there. Oh, did I miss it? Oh, I see. Yeah. I was concerned because the way where I placed the 6 there, it made it so I couldn't do a continuous run and still get the honey. So I'll be short on those points, but that's okay. Here's a double. Roll 9 is a 4 and a 4. We like 4s. I like 4s. So we're going to hang out with our buddy Rabbit. Put a 4 here. Now we get a 5 or a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put a 6 here. And we'll get the last bit of honey. So we did not get up to 12 on that, but that's okay. So a wide range here. I would like to snag a 2 so we could hang out with Eeyore again. Oh, bother. And I don't know. We need a 2. We can hang out with Owl again too, I guess. Let's see what the rolls hold. Roll 10. Am I moving too fast? Are we okay? Roll 10 is a 4 and a 5. Well, we can do some stuff with this. Let's do it like this. Oh, no, let's not. No, that's good. Let's do it. So we'll put a 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's put a 5 here. And then with the Rabbit, we'll put a 6 here. There we go. Very good. We're down to the last 2 rolls. And I'm all in on this getting runs of 7. I wonder if the scoring is off a little bit. Because I don't ever want to do a big set. Because there's just not many points. And I feel like a big set is harder to do. Yes? I need a couple of 2s. I need a 2 here, a 2 here, and I need a 4 and a 0 or 7, which is tough. Roll 11 is a 5 and a 6. Here we go. 5 and a 6. So this is where you just have to work with it. So I think this will be okay. Oy, I lied. It's so bad. What could give me a couple more points here? I just really have put myself in a corner, I think. Well, let's do this. We will do a Yeah, I think it's just a bum. Oh, wow. And then I would need 2 2s. Oy, 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 oy. I guess I could put a 5 here. I actually think this might be the better play. And just kind of cut my losses. So I'm going to put a 5 here and at least get a set. And I'll use Christopher Robin again, and I'm going to put a 0 or a 7 here. It doesn't matter. But now I need a 2 and a 4 for this last roll. A 2 and a 4. Well, we rolled a 2 and a 3. I think that may get us there. Nope. It was close, though. We'll at least get one of them. Yeah. We could hang out with Eeyore, I guess. Yeah, this is okay. I think this is the best play. So we'll put a 3 up here, and then we'll put a 2 here with Eeyore. Yeah, that's all right. That happens. That's all right. Did you miss smirking a friend? You're not allowed to skip a friend die. You always have to do Winnie the Pooh and a friend. If that friend is already maxed out, you still have to choose a friend. It's just you won't get any extras for that friend. Does that make sense? So, yeah. All right, well, let's do some scoring. So this is a run. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A run of 7. We'll take that. That was good. Here's where we ran into some trouble. 0, 1, 2, 3. Run of 4. And then just a bummer here. Yeah. So you maxed out friend. Yeah, that's right. And then we have here a set of 2. And look at this poor 5 and 6. They're just doing nothing. Oy. Nothing. No negative or anything, but all right, let's see. So we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's another run of 7. Then here we had to improvise. We had a run of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Run of 5. Then we had a set here of 5. Of 2. That were 5s. This was not as good as last game, but that is okay. So we had 5 and 8. What is this, 34? We had 4. What is that, 39, 47? And 4. And how we do on friends? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whew. You know, it's time to do some math. Carry the 1. Make sure you add, then divide. And then if you also carry it past the prime and then eat a pie while saying pie, we got it, 67. Win, that's right. You still get the bonus. It's just they're like already like BFFs. They're like, hey, you're my best buddy. That's great. We don't need to prove it anymore. You're not going to get any more hearts from me, but I'm still going to high five you and help you get a number. 67. How'd y'all do? 78. All right, Wim. 78's the high score today so far. Oh, Peebles. Peebles is still doing math. You know what that means. It's going to be high. Got the same score as the first game, Mac. 0. Peebles, 68 this time. Oh, wow. Good job. You beat me by 1. That's right, Mac. You're on it. Yeah, so according to the scoring thresholds, you got 3 runs of 7. Yeah, I think that's the secret. We are impressive. Mark and I are. And Wim, you are amazing. Yeah. I wonder if sets should be worth just a little bit more, because currently the way the scoring is, you want to always get a run of 7. But I mean, you saw what happened with me. I was going for 4 runs of 7, and it did not pan out. And then I, didn't get as high of a score as I could have. So maybe it's okay. The dream, the high score dream, is to use 4 friends exactly 3 times, the same 4 friends 3 times, and then to get 4 runs of 7 and also max out this track. That would give you, what, 68 for runs. That would give you 12 points for friends and 12 points for the other track. That would be the max score, I believe. But there you go. Winnie the Pooh in the Honey Heist, Cthulhu, Sherlock Holmes, Rollin' Fright. That's the game. How do we do? Everyone okay with it? So I'll post this on, I mean, you have the link, I guess, but yeah. Yeah, good. It is a bit of push your luck with it, trying to do it. It's not too thinky. I do like the friends. Hopefully you're able to see the friends this time around. My goodness, I've missed this time. We're back to it. Let me say this. This is why we're here. Games for good. Hey, with these roll and writes, I've started including them in the rules at the end, is to support something that it kind of is thematically with. So for this Winnie the Pooh, Games for Good, if you enjoyed this game, if you have the means to help support your local animal shelter. Ding. Do it. Yeah. All right. Games for Good. So that's for this one. Good. I can't believe we made it. Back to streaming. So we'll see what we do next week. If I can wrangle together another roll and write, we may do that. Or just run another roll and write back. But I think that's what we'll do. Roll and writes. That's what I'm thinking about. Good. Thanks for playing, everybody. We made it. Any other news in your worlds? Gosh, I haven't used Twitch in so long, I don't even know what to do. I don't know how to navigate it. I feel so old. Oh, yes, there. So in just a few minutes here, let's raid somebody. Let's see who's on. Meeple Grande's on. We're going to raid our friends Meeple Grande, okay? Hey, yes, new game. I think the next one, I don't know, but my excitement right now is with the Die Hard game. So I think that's where I'm going to be spending my brain power in Game World. Yes, it's good to see you all again too. How about it? Yes, here in my office, I've got a nice wood paneled background here. No purple lighting going on. Yep. Yeah, I think I have the most energy right now to finish that, and then to finish the food truck one. I think that one sounds fun too. But it's all good. It's good to play games. It's good to play some games. I hope that you get to play some games this week. Hang in there over these next days. I know work can be busy and family things, and blessings to you all. Hang in there. Hang in there. Gosh, it's wild looking back at all these Dice in the Darkness stuff that I have here still on OBS. That was quite a journey. Okay, very good. Yeah, Mac. I'm thinking Thursdays at 2 Eastern. What is it? Are we at EDT time right now? Eastern Daylight Time. Yeah, so 2 p.m. on Thursdays is my new stream time. Yeah, Dice in the Darkness, man. I look back through those files. Yeah, that was wild. A wild ride, wasn't it? It was fun though. Really memorable. Really fun time. It was kind of a thing we just went through together, you know? It was like living in it. It was great. That was great. But we'll see what the future holds here this summer. I'm intrigued to try some of these roll and writes. But it's good to be on the journey with you all. Well, let's see. You know, I think I might be ready to pass the torch here to our friends, Meeple Grande. We can go raid them and say a big hello. But thanks for joining on. Thanks for joining in. This gave me, this scratched the Twitch itch. This has scratched the Twitch itch. I'm back in. Can't believe it. Next week I'll have all these things behind me, you know. I don't even know what else. But here we are. All right, let's do it. We're gonna raid. We're gonna raid our friends. It looks like they're playing Hero Realms. One of my favorites. Can I say a Hero Realms story before we go? At Gen Con 2 years ago, 3 years ago, there was a Hero Realms tournament, and I played a good bit of Star Realms, just a little bit of Hero Realms. I was like, sure, that'd be fun. So I jumped into the tournament, and if you win the tournament, that's what they do. The people that make that Wise Wizard games, if you win one of those tournaments, they make a card with your likeness. I just thought that'd be so cool. And so I played in the tournament, and like I just was running lucky, and I won several rounds, and then I made it to the finals. I was playing against someone who had just won the Star Realms Championship. We're playing for like the Hero Realms to be the big winner of it all and to get your name on a card. And second place got a gigantic playmat, like a table-sized playmat that was Hero Realms. And we went to game 3, right down to the wire, and she won. She won deservedly, right? But I came home with this gigantic playmat. I mean, it is huge. It's so big, it's so thick, it goes across a whole table, and it's just giant Hero Realms. I was like, what do I do with this giant playmat? It doesn't fit hardly any table we have. And we tried it at one game night. It's just absurd. But that was the big prize to go home with. Pretty crazy. So let's go watch them play some Hero Realms, all right? So we'll see you next time. Thanks for joining in. Here we go. Here we go. We're getting ready to raid. Hey, you too. We'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.